What's up, good people? Welcome back to another episode of Undrafted Views. We're here. We talk sports from the sidelines, and today we're going to cover our predictions for the NBA awards. Let's get into it.
So let's just go ahead and get right into it. It seems like everybody is talking about the most valuable player. So let's talk about our predictions for that award. Who do you have for MVP this year?
I think it's going to be a tight race for me. I have to agree with what the news media is saying about the MVP race, because if you look at the three, first of all, I'm not going to give you anybody that's not already discussed in part of the top three. I can pull somebody from the bag, but at the end of the day, it's going to be these three that's going to be up for debate, and the winner will be selected out of these three people: with Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, and Nikola Jokic. That's just what it is, right? However, I am teetering between Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid because I still believe that Nikola Jokic has to do much more in order for the Nuggets to win games. He does not really have a second or third consistent playmaker, scorer on that roster. And I believe it takes more effort for him to will his team to win. Yes, now we got Mr. Bones Highland. Thank you very much for showing up. Because, yeah, but again, we're talking about late in the season, still not enough, right? Even more so that the Nuggets are teetering between the 6th or 7th seed in the West. So I'm on the fence. Now, yes, Joel Embiid also has to carry the 76ers, but when Joel Embiid doesn't play, the 76ers, for some reason, can still win games, especially if Tyrese Maxey gets hot. So, but then you got Giannis. Am I just like fatigued with Giannis and why we don't even consider him being top? Because if you look at their analysis and their record and all of that, and you watch them play, it's kind of like, can all y'all get it? But I'm going to go on and go with right now, as I speak, I'm going to have to go with Joel Embiid only because he is the number one leader in points over 30. That's the only differentiating fact that I have, because Joel Embiid has helped. Now, I can consider that Joel Embiid did not have Ben Simmons at the first part of this year. So he was pretty much out there just like Nikola Jokic, right? He did acquire James Harden later on in the second half of the season, but James Harden didn't play that many games. So,
okay.
Yeah. So I say Joel Embiid. However, if either other the two win, I just ain't going to be mad about it.
Okay. I didn't consider anybody else other than Joel Embiid based on his sheer dominance. I mean, if you look at Joel, he's in the best shape of his career right now. I haven't seen Joel play these type of minutes with this type of accuracy on the court in several seasons. I think he's important to the Sixers' success. The Sixers have been able to win without him, but it's a struggle, in my opinion. Joel Embiid has got to be in there. And I think he's chasing LeBron James for the scoring title. So how nice would it be to win MVP and the scoring title? I think they're like 2/10 away from each other. I got to go with Joel Embiid. It's his time. He's put into work. The Sixers are now number one in the Eastern Conference. Got to go with Joel Embiid.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. I can't dispute Joel Embiid at all. I think that he has warranted the win of MVP this season. He did not get it last season because, again, he missed several games, and he was also in the top 3 of the running last season as well. The fact that he's back there again and putting up and producing what he's producing for this season, I get it. I just get it. I can't complain about it. So, yeah, I'm okay with Joel Embiid, and I pick him as well.
Okay, so let's move to the most improved player. Now, I had a hard time with this one because I have 2 players in mind, and it's just hard for me to select one of them. Who did you pick?
I just picked Ja Morant. I went with Ja Morant. For me, if you look at his numbers year over year, if you seen what he has been able to, not by himself, don't get me wrong, but from an individual player, if you've seen what he's been able to do for the Memphis Grizzlies brand, let's just be honest, the Memphis Grizzlies are where they are because of how explosive Ja Morant is. And not only is he explosive and super fun to watch, and the Grizzlies, I mean, what they're number 2 right now in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Like, really, talking about started from the bottom, now we're here. Ja Morant had a lot to do with that, right? And so and his numbers reflect it. So not only is he really great to watch, really branded the new Memphis Grizzlies to be something that's on the top of mind for NBA fans. I think that his stats overall, and if you watch him play, has also proven to me that he should be most improved player of this season.
Okay. Now I have Ja Morant, but I also have Darius Garland.
Mm.
Now, Ja Morant, for a lot of the reasons that you've said, aside from him being box office, he's one of the best leaders, young leaders. I mean, the whole team is, I don't think anyone's over 30. They're all like, I think maybe Steven Adams is pretty close.
Yeah, he
But I
pawpaw.
know it's difficult to lead a bunch of your peers and everybody is super young. But for this particular team, nobody really cares who gets all the shine and glory. So it really helps. The Memphis Grizzlies have the second best record in the entire NBA. And, I got to go with Ja Morant. The only thing is, he's only played, 56 of the 74 available games, and he's out right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know that that's going to, hinder him in any way. For Darius Garland, though, he stepped up in Colin Sexton's absence. Let's just face it. I mean, he wasn't thinking of being a point guard when he started the season, and he was basically forced. And he's taken over that role, averaging 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's leading the team in points, steals, and assists. Come on, Darius Garland, that's tough. But if I had to pick, because I really would like to see Ja in the MVP, discussion, MVP ladder, I'm going to
Yeah.
have to go with Ja Morant just because
Yeah.
he has improved overall, and he's improved like everyone's image of the Memphis Grizzlies as well, as you mentioned. So I got to go with Ja Morant for most
Yeah.
improved.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on to Defensive Player of the Year. I mean,
You go first.
okay. This one
Oh yeah, I just
didn't really excite me much, to be honest, because I know who's going to win, but he's not my guy. I do not want Rudy Gobert to win another year. What would this be? Like 3, 4 years in a row or something crazy? I would
four.
like to
He will.
see.
This will be his fourth win, but not in a row, because I think
Yeah,
Giannis won one in between. Yeah, I know.
I'm telling you, based on stats alone, if you look at it, Rudy Gobert, I mean, he's leading the NBA in rebounds and blocks. I'm not necessarily sold on his ability to alter shots and to be a really good defender. I think if he wasn't 7 feet tall, I mean,
We wouldn't even talking.
I'll have my reservations about his standing in the NBA overall. I would like to see Dylan Brooks, Marcus Smart, or Mikal Bridges, but I know in my heart of hearts, Rudy Gobert is going to win it. So I'm not going to even waste my time on the other candidates.
I'm gonna be a bit unconventional. And you mentioned somebody that I actually would love to see win the Defensive Player of the Year award, only because this person is not a center and it is a more versatile defender. Can we talk about players that do more than just guard the basket? Like
Mm-hmm.
I expect, unfortunately, and I'm just gonna be honest, if you 7 foot tall, you should actually be highest in the rebounding. You right up under the basket.
You right there.
You right there. But what I don't get from Rudy Gobert and the likes in some instance is that you're not gonna die for a ball. You sure won't be a defending outside of the perimeter, and I ain't
Oh,
gonna see you defend outside the 3 point line. So, you are you defending, or is this a is the Defensive Player of the Year award the best rebounder award, the best block shot award? I just need to understand that. I think we need to expand our mindset and our ideal of what the Defensive Player of the Year is. Because for me, my Defensive Player of the Year, I would love to see Marcus Smart win it, if I'm gonna be honest. And if Draymond Green hadn't been injured, I would be rooting for Draymond Green. At the
yeah.
end of the day, what I'm looking for a defensive
Mhm.
player is someone who is more a versatile defender. And Marcus Smart gives you that. Now, no, he's not the tallest, but he may go up and block a shot. No, he's not
Yeah.
the tallest, but he will jump to get a rebound. Oh, and then if you need for him to defend outside of the arc, he's gonna do that too. So when regardless of the size of his opponent. So no, he may not have the great numbers in his rebounds. I mean, we're talking about he's averaging 3 rebounds. Whatever. Let's talk about the deflections. Let's talk about the contests that he can. Let's talk about the fear that he puts in opponents'
Yeah.
mind where they
Yeah.
have to kind of pass the ball because they're afraid to shoot because he's in their face. That's what I'm talking about. And considering that the Boston Celtics are number one in defense right now, You don't think he didn't have a lead in that? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Marcus Smart for me is my defensive player of the year, but I agree with you. He probably is unconventional and he may not win it. So, but I still think
Mhm.
he should, or someone of that caliber. I want us to expand our mindset, our ideal of what the defensive player of the year should look like. In this, it cannot always rest on a center because they're up under the basket anyway.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I would be really happy to see Marcus Smart. Like I said, he's on my short list of candidates, you know? All
Yes, yes.
right, so rookie of the year. This one right here, I'm telling you, oh, there's so many guys that I think are deserving of this award. Who do you have?
Okay, so this is challenging for me now. I may be a little biased because I did have an opportunity to watch Evan Mobley play when he was in high school. I had an opportunity to go sit and watch one of his games live. But anyway, at the end of the day, I am torn between two people, Evan Mobley and Scotty Barnes. And to be honest, can they be both of them? Like, I'm not even playing. Can they both win it? No, for real. I can't even, I can't pick one. I can't pick one. Scotty Barnes, because he is a, how can I say that? When I watch him play, my mind is like, has he been in the league before? Like, I feel like he is in his sixth year. He gives me veteran type play. I know he
Mhm.
still needs to develop. I get all that, but that's what he gives me. His strength, his whole body structure, just the way he handles himself on the court. I'm just like, are we sure he a rookie? Did he really just get drafted? But he's been really, really great for the Toronto Raptors. I think that is what the team needs in order for them to even contend this season. His play, right? And then Evan Mobley, what in all the world did the Cleveland Cavaliers think that they were going to get out of him? Because he has surpassed, I'm quite sure, their expectations for this season.
Mhm.
And the way he can handle himself on both sides of the court, both ends of the court, it's just, why not both? I say both. I want them
Yeah,
both because
they
we've had people tie before, I think.
uh-huh. Yeah, yeah,
So
they've
hey,
had
let
co-awards.
2022 be another year where rookie of the year is two people.
Yes, Evan Mobley and Scotty Barnes are definitely my 1-2 punch. I don't know who to select, but I'm gonna go with Evan Mobley. He's averaging 15
Mhm.
points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, shooting better than 53% from the field. He has a high ceiling of potential.
Oh
He's
my
7 foot
God.
tall. He can run like a gazelle. He's inside, he's outside, he defends. I mean, like, he does everything, and he's only a rookie. But one thing, he could improve his free throw percentage. I mean, at 62%, especially being a big, there's a good chance that he, is going to have to shoot a bunch of free throws. That's my only knock on him, but it's okay. Some of the vets don't even shoot free throws, well. So yeah, give me Evan Mobley every day. And Scotty Barnes, I feel the same way with Scotty. He gives me Giannis Antetokounmpo vibes.
Oh
The way
yeah,
he
that's a
can,
good one.
yeah. He really
Yeah.
reminds me of Giannis. So
I think Scotty Barnes, the Giannis connection, I feel that. Absolutely just the way he handles. But no, Evan Mobley as well. I just think that this rookie class gave me something to look forward to. I was really excited about the rookie class. And so yeah, I would just say for me, those two, out of one of them, I would not be mad. No.
okay, so let's move into the sixth man of the year.
I
I mean,
just want
is there a debate at all?
who do you got? No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the people. People, who
Oh.
y'all got? Because if you don't have Tyler Hero on your list, then you're not watching basketball this season. Who else is gonna do it? I have Tyler Hero. Who you got?
Yeah, Tyler. Hmm.
When I tell you Tyler Hero pretty much has carried the Heat, don't even get me started. When I'm going back to the beginning of the season because he took on the load of Duncan Robinson, who did not show up off the bench. So I'm just like, you know, what Tyler Hero? I felt the same way about Jordan Clarkson the season before. Clear cut six man of the year. Tyler Hero. Nobody else can compete. Yes, there. Nobody else. Nobody else. He has to get at least 99% of the votes. That's just what it is.
Yeah, he better. He's playing 32 minutes a game, though. That's starter minutes. But he's only started 10 games, and I think that's well within the requirements to be six man. So yeah, Tyler Hero. He's leading the team. He's either first or second leading scorer. I mean, come on now. Tyler Hero. I don't even think there's a debate at all. Okay, now for my favorite award this year in
Mhm.
particular, Coach of the Year. What who you got?
Okay, so the Coach of the Year award, in my opinion, should be Monty Williams. Let's stop the games. Let's stop the games, y'all. Best record in the league, the Phoenix Suns.
Okay, all right. Okay, look, check this out. I'm thinking Taylor
I ain't
Jenkins
mad. I'm not
or
mad. I
Monty
have him on my list.
Williams.
I have him on my
Oh,
list. Number 2 for me is Taylor Jenkins of the
oh
Memphis
my
Grizzlies. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Yeah, now okay, so first of all, Monty Williams, he's so classy. He's so classy. He really should have won last season.
Yes, I agree. I
You
agree.
know,
I
he
agree.
won the coaches of the year award. So it's like it's time for Monty Williams to win the 2022 NBA Coach of the Year at Phoenix Suns. Like, come on. He cares about his team. I just love his leadership. And he's managing tremendous egos. I mean, we forget about that. That's part of it too. It's not easy.
It's not easy managing the egos. No, it's not. I think that's one of the things that Monty Williams have over Taylor Jenkins is the ego. We're talking about veterans. One of the things that Coach Jenkins, have in his favor is that he really have younger players, right? I'm not saying they don't have their egos. However, they haven't been in the league quite that long overall, right?
Mhm.
Except for Steven Adams, I mean, whatever. But for the most part. But we're talking about Chris Paul, we're talking about Devin Booker,
Jay
JaVale
Crowder.
McGee, Jay,
Yeah.
all of those guys, and to be able to get them to buy in.
Yeah.
Now, yes, I'm quite sure he has some support from Chris Paul. I believe he is the coach, the players' coach, right, on the Phoenix Suns. But to be able to build that type of culture is not easy when people have been around the league and in various teams for some amount of years. So yeah. For me, Monty Williams, especially since their record reflects it, that's number 1. He earned it, number 2, because I like the way he coaches. It's almost like he hasn't had to coach during adversity as well. We've had his top players be out, so he had to utilize his bench to get wins, and they were still maintaining what they lost 14, 15 games this whole season. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Monty Williams is my coach of the year. However, Taylor Jenkins, he could be a solid 2 for me. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Taylor. I mean, yeah, the guys are young, but they too have bought into his system of selfless basketball. There is not one player on that team, and they're all super young, into social media, trying to be the next highlight reel, but they don't care about all that. They just go and they play basketball the right way. So Taylor has had his hand in all of that, and he's definitely number 2, but it's time for Monty Williams to get Coach of the Year.
I agree.
All right, you guys, we're going to wrap up this episode on our 2022 NBA Awards. Make sure you drop down in the comments and let us know who your picks are. And we'll see you guys on the next one. But until then,
Peace.
peace out.